Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Bria, aka the Pint-Sized Traveler, and I'm back with a new video today. Some of y'all asked me where I got that name from. I honestly don't know. I made it up one day. It's funny, I'm small, I travel. That's it. It's just a joke. I like it, and yeah. So if this is your first time watching me, my name is Bria, and I've lived in Bali for about 1.5 years, almost 2 years this year. I really want to break down my why and kind of the reason I moved out to Bali and answer some of the most popular questions I get about my move to Bali. So I have my little notes here about why I moved to Bali. Hopefully I don't miss anything, but if I do, go ahead and ask me down in the questions and I'll go ahead and answer it there. If I didn't answer it in this video, there might be another video about it, and I'll make sure to tag that as well. So like I said, in November 2018, your girl made the leap and moved to Bali, like on a whim. I never been to Asia. I don't know anybody in Asia. I didn't know anything about Bali. I really took a leap. But let me go ahead and put this disclaimer in there. I had traveled prior to moving to Bali. I had traveled alone prior to moving to Bali. So I want to say in February, I had went to Cuba alone, then I hopped over to Europe for about 5 months and traveled all of that alone. So I had a little bit of traveling under my belt. I didn't just kind of like go out there and do it. I did dip my toe in the water, and I suggest that anybody that wants to do it dips their toe in the water before making that big move, just to see if you like it and, you know, making sure you're not making a huge mistake. So why did I do this? So for starters, it was a now or never type of thing to me. It was like either stay in the States and work a job, get married, have kids, or never travel. And I know this is not the case. Like, I could have done it much later in life, but I felt like I had done a lot of things to please people up until that point. I had previously been dealing with some mental health issues, severely depressed, and I knew traveling is something that just sets my soul on fire. I feel so good when I'm doing it. I feel creative when I'm doing it. So it was a now or never for me. It was either I move abroad or I never know what that experience is like. So that is the #1 reason why I did it. I didn't want to have any regrets, and I wanted to at least give myself that chance before really deciding what the rest of my life was going to look like. Because one thing with travel is like, you can do it for a year, but you can always go back to, you know, what you were doing before, and it's not really easy to do it in reverse. So I can't just like, you know, have a life established and decide, hey, I want to move to Bali. I mean, you can, but there's a lot more factors whenever you have a lot more established, like a house, a pet, kids, a spouse. So for me, it was like, I have no attachments. Let's do it. If I don't like it, I don't like it, but at least I know. And even if you're older and you're watching this video and you're just like, I just want to feel passionate again, I want to do something exciting, do it. Absolutely do it. If that's how you're feeling, give yourself that shot. I promise you, there's so much on the other side that you don't even know. Yeah, so reason #1 was I just had to give myself that shot. I had to give myself the best shot at having a good life, and I'm so happy I did it, and I just love myself even more for doing that for me. So reason #2 was that I just wanted to actively participate in life. And you're probably like, what does that even mean? I just got into a routine of like going to work, coming home, having dinner, going to sleep, going to work, going home. You get it. So I was almost like just a machine, it felt like. And I feel like that really is a lot of people, because that's what our society kind of cultivates. And no one really wants to be that kind of person, but that's just kind of how life turns out sometimes. So I just wanted to actively participate. I wanted to show up each day with a curious mind and the heart to learn and to discover something new, and to just feel alive every day. And that's just what it boils down to. I don't know if that sounds corny, but that's exactly what moving abroad did for me. Every day was something new. Like, how do I get gas? How do I ask, you know, for a mailbox number? Like, everything took me showing up every day. Everything took me, you know, putting my best foot forward and trying. And I really appreciate myself for giving myself that challenge. And I really think anybody that steps outside of the box and has to challenge themselves to learn even the smallest task, like how do I find, you know, a sandal shop. Especially when you face defeat or something goes wrong, you still have to pick yourself up and face the next day knowing there's going to be more challenges, and it makes you such a better person. It makes you so strong, and it makes you willing to just take on anything. To me, Bali, it's beautiful, it's full of nature, it's full of amazing people, and why not present myself with those challenges in a place that's amazing? So the third reason I moved to Bali is just a little bit more concrete, and that's just because I am a millennial. To me, millennials face a unique set of problems that generations before us have not had to face, and more so in an economic standpoint. I, for myself, left college and had debt. Not a lot of debt, but just enough debt to feel like, hey, I want to at least get this down before I decide to start a family and, you know, invest in a house and all these things. So it made sense to me to move to a country that had a lower cost of living. So I didn't have to penny pinch as much as I would have to in America to meet those goals that I set for myself. Everybody doesn't have the same financial goals, but for me, I wanted to get that debt to a point where I could have a good head start in my 30s. The fourth reason I moved to Bali is because it's such a creative hub. Bali, I just feel like at every turn, like, there's just something to be inspired by. The people that live there, number one, are incredible. They will inspire you just to, number one, be creative, and number two, just to be a better person. The culture in Bali is that of just karma and just to be a good person. What goes around comes around. It has really inspired me. It's also just really laid back, and I really wanted to kind of get out of the rat race of like go, 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 achieve, 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 and learn how to slow down and figure out what's important to me. And Bali really afforded me that time and that space. Also, there's just so many businesses there. There's just so many entrepreneurs there. There's so much knowledge in Bali, like, it's insane. When I actually got to Bali, as you may know, I was a teacher. So I had no, intentions of being a business owner, which I am now proudly because I had that experience. I had no intentions of being a business owner or starting my own business, but once I got there, just that entrepreneurial spirit just kind of like, I don't know, I guess it got a hold of me, and I was able to, network and meet the right people that could help me kind of fuel my dreams and get where I needed to be. But still, the fact that I started it was something that I never imagined for myself. Like, I just never picture that I would do something like that, but I really credit that all to Bali and the growth that I was able to do in Bali. And Bali just provided those resources and those people and those communities and those seminars and all the resources that I needed to at least get to the point where I am now. I just love this, the opportunities and the possibilities of Bali and that place in general. It's just, I feel like it's so cliche to say this, but the vibes are just amazing, and I wouldn't trade that experience. I would not trade that feeling for anything. And another reason, I guess I'll just tack this on to that one, is that anybody can go to Bali and just feel comfortable being themselves. Very obviously, I am a black traveler, I'm a black woman, and never once in Bali have I felt unsafe. Never once have I felt like I need to kind of calm down my sense of self, where I come from. I'm very much Southern in some ways, so never did I feel like I could not be that fully and show up as myself fully while in Bali. Bali has a great reputation for accepting people as they are. There's so many different religions, so many different languages, and just so many different people from different walks of life that cohabitate in Bali in peace and just have the best time. Bali brings some of the most insane groups of people together, and it's magic, it's gold. So my last reason is that I feel like all great leaders have some kind of international experience. Does it have to be them moving abroad? No, but I just feel like all great leaders know what it's like to be in the shoes of another person, and I wanted to give myself that discomfort, to grow and shape myself to be more compassionate, more understanding of what it's like. And there's just so many great leaders that I personally look up to. So Obama, Eartha Kitt, James Baldwin, Malcolm X, who all had some kind of experience living abroad and kind of stretching and being uncomfortable in a new space. And I felt like that was just my life's path as well. I felt like it's not going to look like theirs, but it's gonna look like mine. But this is definitely an experience that needs to happen so that I can grow in the ways that I need to grow to be the person that I need to be. But yeah, I don't think that applies to everyone. There's tons of great leaders who did not live abroad and grew to be amazing people, but there's tons of leaders who did, and they turned out to be phenomenal people too. Y'all, I could go on all day about how great Bali is, and even after a year and a half I still feel like this, and I'm pretty sure for years to come I'll feel like this. But today I'm just gonna stick to the reasons of why I moved there, and maybe we can talk about Bali and, you know, all those other great things in another video. Go ahead and leave any more comments or questions you have down below. I'm gonna link some more videos I have about moving to Bali, like the logistics of it all, because I did not cover any of that today. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram if you have any more questions. Maybe we can do like a live Q&A there one day. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for joining me today, and bye.